Om Sadashivasamaramabham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yadavidya-vilasena bhuta-bhautika-srishtayaha Tam naumi paramatmanam Sachidananda-vigraham. Okay, so we saw, I hope all of you have managed to, who are online, managed to catch up with the recordings, because last time was pathetic, the whole thing. By God's grace, the first class went off very smooth, not one break. Hope this also will go. Okay. So,
Swamiji,
yeah?
in the last class when I was listening, I think in the recording, you used some words, krama and something, I don't understand the meaning.
You tell me the word, I'll give you the meaning.
Upkrama.
Upakrama, beginning, how you begin. Upakrama means a beginning, how you begin things.
Oh, beginning.
Yeah. And, okay, so what we are basically seeing was that akanksha. Last time what we saw, just to quickly sum up, akanksha or expectancy. Please give me a cup of water. If I say, please give me a cup, even then there can be an expectancy. Empty cup or with something in it. What is it in it? That expectancy is different from lakshana. This is not lakshana. This is just expectancy that comes between words of a sentence. If there is no expectancy, there is no sentence. There is no sentence. It becomes a shopping list at the most. Yeah. Potatoes, onions, okra, cauliflower, cabbage. There is no expectancy between the words. I mean, there is not a sentence, it is just a shopping list. It is not a sentence. In a sentence, there has to be expectancy. That is what he was highlighting. From various things, that is why he quoted from the Veda, even including the rules that the Purva Mimamsa uses. Even with that also, you need that expectancy. Without expectancy, there is nothing. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes that expectancy is also contextually understood. That also is there. Okay? Yeah.
Swamiji, the Shabda pramanam, in this text, we are doing Vedanta.
Yeah.
Because Nyaya, it's the same Shabda, Atma, is used differently by Nyaya.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Here this is purely Vedanta.
is pure Vedanta.
Yeah.
So when they use, like Itikatata, I didn't understand that it is a process. So here it will stop only at understanding. Whereas in the first part it is understanding and action.
And doing, exactly.
So here there will be no action.
Yes.
So we are
That is the difference between Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. Knowing and doing in the first section of the Veda, only knowing in the second section of the Veda.
From the expectancy, the sentence or even otherwise it will not get completed unless there is Kriya Pada.
Exactly.
So even then Vyavhara, unless there is something, it will not be because it is karma only.
One second. Pramana is in the form of sentences. Now he is dealing with the sentence. Yeah. The whole pramana is in the form of words, no? But it is not just words. It is words strung together in a sentence. So now he is talking about how that sentence is, how that sentence works. Are you getting that?
But grammatically also, unless there is
Huh?
some verb, grammatically also, unless there is some verb,
Yeah. Grammatically is understood. That the sentence is grammatically valid is a given. Otherwise, where is communication happening? No. And that certain words are commonly used, that is also a given. Okay. If you say don't bang the cable, I am saying where is cable here? No, what is in front of you? This is table. No, but I call it cable. Then, unless we use mutually common words, that also is a difficult thing. No? Yeah. So those are given in this thing. No, yeah. Those are basic things, absolutely basic. Given. Yeah. Even this is basic. Expectancy is basic, no? Yeah. But he's highlighting it because without an expectancy, you cannot have a sentence. It will come later on in the Purvapakshas when you are studying Vedanta that this can mean like this. This is a superfluous word, in those type of things. Even in the Veda, when you hear sentence like Uha, 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 Samaveda, what does it mean? They are only meant for completing the meter, nothing else. Yeah. Because it comes in the first section, not in the second section. Second section you can say, okay, Arthavada for showing Ananda and all. But what is here? Huh? Taitriya, yeah. Okay. Then Yogyata is the next one. What is Yogyata? Appropriateness. Is it tenable? Is it tenable? Like he gives it. Yogyata Tatparya Vishya Samsarga Abhadaha. The Tatparya Vishayam, what is intended, that is not negated by your sentence. Meaning, your own words are not negating what you intend to say. Sorry, I didn't mean it that time, For which he gives a different example. Give him a more pragmatic example. Agnina sinchanti iti, vannina sinchanti. Take that can and water all these plants with fire. Can you sprinkle fire on all the plants? So that fire now is negating your intention. No? Your intention is to water them. What is fire? Therefore, even though you can make, see, sentence is grammatically complete, vannina sinchanti. Grammatically complete, but makes no sense. Why? Yogyata of the words are not there. There is no yogyata there. Yeah. If you say burn with fire, okay. Sprinkle with water, okay. Sprinkle with pesticides, okay. Yeah. Sprinkle with fire, what does it mean? You can't sprinkle fire. Yeah. One ityado tadrisha samsarga bhadat na yogyata. Whatever your tatparya is to nurture the plants, that is negated by your words, na bhadaha. So this can come in so many words. No? Why are you doing that? Is stupid. Now this is more than a sentence, okay? I am giving you a real life situation. Why are you doing that? Stupid. The child says, Mama is calling me stupid, she doesn't love me. So you tell the mother, hey, she doesn't feel loved. No, but I was loving. But your words have now what done? Has negated your intention. No yogyata. No yogyata. Correct. Hota hai. And on top of it, I am saying it for your good. Typical mama expression, isn't it? Or father's expression. Typical parental expression. This is. Yogyata. Your intention is negated. If you want to make the person understand something, explain it, structural. That's why I remember all those messages I did, childhood messages, etc., and the self-esteem workshop. Yes, use a structuring sentence. Yeah, structure. Yeah. Not a critical statement. Structure, because you want to make the person understand something. Structure. Yeah. And if you have received a lot of critical messages, in your mind, turn them to structure. What are you doing? You are creating yogyata for your parents. Yeah. But that's a different interpersonal thing. That's different. Here, we are with the pramana, that is not involved. With the pramana, that's not involved. Because pramana deals with knowledge. Okay? Pramana deals straight with what is, it's a cognitive function. Pramana is cognitive. Your emotion, etc., doesn't have a place there. Why? See, I know all of you have a lot of trust in me. By over the years, now we established trust. Look at this beautiful rabbit I am having in my hands. white, fluffy, nice ears. See? Your emotion, your Shraddha, etc. doesn't come into the picture here. Your eyes tell you that this is a book, nothing else. So stick to the pramana. All your emotions have no place here. You may be the greatest empath in the world, but you can't empathize with this. So all these things keep away. Cognitive. So cognitive function. Okay. Yeah. So that's important to understand that. Yeah. And if you all notice, my background is different, not the board. It is a screen to remind you all of the Vedic Wisdom Festival. Okay. If you are not registered, register and attend. On the laptop I put the Vedic Wisdom Festival screen on it. Yeah. In the recording you won't find it. Recording you'll get the blackboard or the green board for that matter. Yeah. So that way. Yeah. All right. Yogata. Now he is giving you a Vedic example also. Sa prajapati atmanaha vapum udakidat ityado vapi tatparya vishibhuta pashu prashastya bhadat yogata. There is a, now he is bringing a Vedic statement, because how to bring in yogita there. Sa prajapati, Brahmaji Prajapati, he tore open his own stomach, and from the intestines, omentum he took out. Omentum is a certain fatty thing that you find in the liver. Okay? Yeah. Here we go. कुछ sense है क्या इसमें? He tore his own stomach, etc. Is there any yogita in that? There is. How does yogita come in these type of statements? He says, Ityadopi tatparya vishibhutam. What is the tatparya then? All goats and sheep came out of this to indicate that is arthavadena abhadad yogita. It is meant to highlight this part of it. Therefore, there is still yogita even though it contradicts your normal thing. The normal thing is contradicted, still it makes sense. Are you getting the idea? Okay. Then, Tattvamasidya vakye api vacha abhedayad api tad lakshya swarupa bhedaha bhada bhavat yogita. In Tattvamasyadi vakyam, Tattvamasi. Direct meaning is what? You are Ishvara, you are Jagat Karanam Brahman. Yogita nasti. Yogita nasti there. But Lakshanaya. Okay? Lakshanaya. Lakshya Swarupa Bheda. When you are talking about Lakshana, there Swarupa Bheda. Swarupa is both one consciousness alone. Abhedat, Yogita, there is Yogita. So Yogita is not just the direct meaning of the words. You have to take the whole context into it. Because Rupa is verbal communication, sentences. No word or sentence exists in isolation. It's always in a context. Any statement you make will be in a context. No? Can you anyone give me a non-contextual statement? Give me. Come on, try. Give me a non-contextual statement.
Remembering something wild from the memory.
Huh?
Remembering something wild from
Okay.
the memory and saying.
Supposing you say,
Not connected to the topic.
in the class, supposing I say football is a great game. I asked for a non-contextual statement and you gave me football is a great game. So what is the context here? The example that I am asking for. I asked for an example now and you gave me perfect context. See? There is never a non-contextual statement. You know, all statements exist, especially if you are meant for communication. If you want to communicate something, definitely context has to be there, and otherwise it doesn't work. Okay? Therefore, Tattvamasi or the other Vedic statements, yeah, all of them, contextually they are highlighting something, therefore Yogita is there. Therefore, in other words, what were we saying? We are saying that there is not a single statement in the Veda that is not pramana. they are connected as Arthavada, as Abhyasa, somewhere the connection is there. Because they can be, a story is said. Yeah. Or it is to create context. Like, for example, Taitriya. Yeah. Varnam Pitaram Upasasara. He approached his father. Approached his father, but no more as father. Why? He went as a student. Therefore, it's creating a context. The father was a teacher there. This whole story is creating a context. Or the Gita. What the whole first section? First chapter of the Gita is what? Yeah, Arjuna Vishada, but creating a context for it. A descriptive context, so that you can go along with Arjuna's feelings. That's all that description about father, why all that thing? And the whole martial thing. Why? किसके लिए आया इधर? प्यार करने के लिए नहीं, वॉर करने के लिए.
I'm just thinking, in the court when the arguments are on, we don't say that it's non-contextual. If somebody is making submissions, we say it's not relevant.
Yeah.
It's all irrelevant.
Yeah.
To the, but
Exactly.
we actually don't use this.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So Yogita can be put as relevant also. Yeah. So then, yeah. In fact, हम लोग प्यार करने के लिए नहीं, वॉर के लिए आया है. इज अ स्टेटमेंट मेड बाय सैम मानेकशॉ. 71 war, there was a Air Force involvement in one of the operations. So naturally, when the chief of staffs of each department sit down and work it out, you try to minimize casualties. 10% is considered acceptable level of casualty. Okay, 10% means if 100 people are going, 10 people will die. Acceptable levels. But we try to always bring it down to 0. So the whole discussion, planning, strategizing, all this is going on. Finally, it was brought down. It's a difficult operation. Brought down to 5%. And therefore, also Air Chief Marshal was Latif. He was the Air Chief Marshal. Yeah, Latif. So he said, no, 5% is also high. So Sam Manekshaw said that, Latif bhai, हम लोग प्यार करने के लिए नहीं जा रहा है, वॉर के लिए जा रहा है. Meaning some casualties we have to accept. Correct? So similarly, that context in the Mahabharata was created. Why? In that context, what Arjuna says will make sense. And specifically mention Tatparyam. See Yogita there. Paraya Kripaya Avishtaha. Overcome by a great compassion. So it's not anxiety, this, that, etc. Nothing of that nonsense. Very clear-cut statement, Yogita. Tatparya Abhadaha. Yeah. No way you can misunderstand that Tatparya. Very clear. Yeah. Okay. That's why when you say, Krishna said this, why he said, when I say, he whipped Arjuna with his words, Klaibhyam Mas Magappar. What is the context here? Yogita there? To get Arjuna to speak more about it, to justify himself. Why he is saying it? Not just to give him some galis. Yeah. He said it. Therefore, that whole thing, then if you look at it this way, your understanding changes. Your understanding changes. Why this was said? Why that was not said? Yeah. Because the Gita, etc., is more broad in its picture, in the canvas. Upanishad is more focused. Because of the breadth of the canvas, you have to go into all these things more. Okay, yeah. Okay, Yogita. Then Astita. Okay. Okay. This is something like not having too many gaps. Okay. Like I'll say, two people dropped out and joined back. Okay. Door. Then I'm looking at all smiling. Open. When you hear the word open, open what? I said before, not door. Between your door and open, I caught a nap and got up. It doesn't make sense. They have to be close to each other. When it is taken to ridiculous extent, like that conference we attended, you remember? People in speaking in Sanskrit, they are speaking so fast. That is, you know whose idea that? That guy who was organizing that conference, you know the character. It is, that's not how Sanskrit is meant to be spoken. Nobody understands what's happening. That's also not astita. Okay. Okay. Asaktisya avyadhanena padajanya padartha upasthiti. Padartha upasthiti. Pada upasthiti. Without gaps in between. Okay, without gaps in between. That is called, of the meanings of the words. Okay, padartha. Okay. Manantara upasthita tvi padartha padarthasya anvaya bhada bhavat padajanya iti. Then he says, there is a word padajanya. Avyadhanena padajanya. Why are you putting that padajanya word? Because the meaning should not be got by some other pramana. Close. What? By some other pramana. Door. I meant laptop. Or I meant your books. So it is not padam. It has to be with the padajanyam only. Because Shabda pramana. Shabda pramana meaning the whole meaning should be clear with the words itself. Not because of some other pramana. Now don't tell me memory, etc. That's all part of Shabda. Okay. Ateva ashruta stale tat pada adyahara. Ashruta stale. When it is not heard, pada adyahara. You have to bring forward a pada. Like if I say, please bring me tomatoes, potatoes, cauliflower. And I say, and ginger. What is the pada adhyahara there? Please bring ginger also. That adhyahara of bring has to come all the way around to ginger. Na? This will happen mainly in sutras, etc. Okay. In sutra literature you will find. Or you have seen in Brahma Sutras, for example. Athato Brahma Jignasa, right? First. Athato Brahma Jignasa is the first sutra. Now therefore, we will start the inquiry into Brahman. The second sutra is what? Second sutra? Janmadhyasya yataha. What is the adhyahara there? Brahman. You have to bring in Brahman. Na? Brahman is Janmadhyasya yataha. Brahman need not be said in the second. But since it's all in the context, adhyahara can come in. That's the style of the pramana. The pramana style is like that. Kim tad Brahman janmadhyasya yataha yataha yasmat karnat janmadi bhavati. Adipadena adhyahara, what will happen? Janma sthiti bhangaha. Janmaha sthitihi resolution. So all this is brought in like that. That's how the pramana works. Why does it work in like that? Then there can be a brevity. Otherwise it won't be a sutra, it will be a verse. That verse is already there in the Upanishad. But that is manantaram. No, that's all part of the Shabda pramana only. It is not manantaram. It's all part of Shabda pramana. Yeah. Or adhyahara. For which he gives them Okay. Context. There's some noise outside. And I just say, hey, door. Dwaram iti ityado pidehi iti adyahara. Close it. Adyahara. Contextually. Contextually adyahara. Remember, this is just contextually you're bringing in a statement. It's not a big lakshana or something. Just adyahara this is. Okay. Yeah. To bring forward. From the previous thing to bring it forward. Or contextually bring a word which is not mentioned to bring it in. Which is not directly mentioned to bring it in. Yeah. To supply a word which is missing. Which because of akanksha you know. See, akanksha is already said before. Yogita also is there. So after akanksha and yogita you can bring this in. No? Adyahara comes into the picture because of asita. Contiguity of the sentence. The sentence has to make sense. Okay. Ataeva ishetva ityadi mantre chidnadbhihi iti pada adyaharaha. Or there is a mantra very always quoted, ishetva, for the sake of the Lord, you. This is being addressed to the plants, etc., to the trees, etc. Ishetva. Meaning, I am going to cut you for the sake of offering you to the Lord. So you say a prayer before you cut a tree. You say a prayer before you cut a plant. This is a Shabda with which you approach. Because for a spiritual function, therefore Ishetva. There's a mantra for that. But the mantra only said Ishetva and left it. Chidmahi is understood because there's a context of it. It has been used for other things before. Okay. Ateva vikritischu surya jushtam nirvapami iti pada prayoga. Okay. So this some explanation let be there. Now, in the ritual that we do, nobody does nowadays. Okay. Every Brahmana was supposed to know all this. So if you are taking pride in the fact you are a Brahmana, at least you must know if not true. Okay. Here people don't. The sacrifices are known as Prakriti and Vikriti. Let us say there is a Prakriti. I am not going into the details of each yaga, etc. There is a Prakriti, a worship of Surya. So that will be, the Prakriti will be elaborately mentioned. Now you know what's what. Because you can't make errors. You can't assume things. Okay. They said, offer barley. There is no barley at home. Can I offer wheat? Is the option given? No. Then offer barley. Get barley and offer. Why? Because it's all esoteric rites. It's not logical. You don't know what is to be offered or not offered. It is not like your simple Puranic puja where प्रसाद देने के क्या प्रसाद है घर में कुछ नहीं थोड़ा ड्राई फ्रूट्स है हाँ लगा नो प्रॉब्लम नहीं देयर इज सम फ्रूट्स फ्रेश बनाना हाँ ऑफर बनाना बिकॉज सम प्रसाद यू हैव टू ऑफर दैट इज डिफरेंट दैट इज द पौराणिक पूजा वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ए वैदिक पूजा सी पौराणिक पूजा यू विल से गणेश मीन्स यू फॉर ऑलमोस्ट मोदका करेक्ट Traditional substitute for modaka is what? South is more. Huh? What? I didn't get it. What is that? Huh? Appam. If for a Ganapati puja, this is appam is not there in north. Okay, it's peculiarly South Indian. So, but you are doing a Ganapati puja. मोदक नहीं है आपम नहीं कुछ नहीं है बनाना है हाँ ऑफर भाई इट्स अ पूजा सो देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ लीवे इन दैट ओके पूजा देर इज लॉट ऑफ लीवे इन अ होमा देर इज नो लीवे लाइक दैट व्हाट इज मेंशन्ड अमंग दैट द चॉइसेस आर अवेलेबल दैट्स इट इफ द चॉइसेस आर अन्नम मीनिंग इट्स कुक्ड राइस दैट इज ऑफर्ड देन इज फिनिश्ड नथिंग एल्स दैट्स व्हाई यू फाइंड इन ऑल द टेंपल्स बिकॉज इट्स आगम पूजास Mahaprasada will always be annam. Even in North India, they will cook some rice. Wheat hai, but chapati to rakhta hi hai, lekin rice also they will cook because Mahaprasad is annam. in the Vedic context. So, in the Vedic context, Prakriti elaborately you are described. Okay, this is called Prakriti, main yaga. Then there is something known as Vikriti. Vikriti is some side yagas you are doing similar to this one. Okay, some side yaga. So, you have made, let us say, I will give you a Pauranic context because you are familiar with that. Vedic context, you may not be familiar. You are doing a Shiva Puja. Okay? Mantra is Om Namah Shivaya. Now you have a Vikriti. You are doing a Devi Puja along with it. That's a Vikriti. So, does it have to be elaborately mentioned? No, you know what is done in Prakriti. Na? You are doing the similar thing in Vikriti. They will mention one statement, Devyai, and leave it. One statement in the Veda will be, not the Veda, in my example now, of the Vikriti. This is how they will do in the Veda. They will just say Devyai and leave it. Then you understand. The mantra that is to be used is what? Om Devyai Namaha. Because Om Namah Shivaya you said, here it has to be Om Devyai Namaha. Are you getting the idea? So, just by supplying one word, the whole Vikriti is clear. Whole Vikriti is clear. By saying it's a Vikriti of the Prakriti, that itself makes so many things clear. The same formatting. Same formatting. Yeah. Okay, Surya Jyoshna. This is called contiguity. How the contiguity of things are mentioned. Clear up to now or questions?
So this Prakriti and Vikriti in this context, where it is applicable? When?
Which context?
In what we are doing consistently.
In the Veda, the first section. So instead of giving a Vedic example, I give you a Puranic example. That's all. Not a Vedic example, I will explain the whole yaga.
So how do we do this Shabda pramanam?
So Shabda pramanam, when you are reading the Shabda pramanam, how will it come? Or somebody is saying, okay, this is it. Now you are doing the Vikriti. Vikriti make udhar Om Namah Shivaya bolo, here Om Devyai Namaha. You have to say. This is why I have been telling people, go to Matanga, see all those yagas. You will see the people doing some mantras for this, and then after some time, only some words of the mantra are changed, everything else. This is why I have been telling you all a bit. Because where else will you see?
There is a word momentum. What is the meaning?
Omentum, actually omentum is a type of fat found in the intestine or outside.
They use that word.
Huh?
That is medical word it is. I thought the
What do you call it? Omentum in medicine?
yeah, that's a fat around the intestines in the arm.
Yeah. So you extract that for it. Yeah. So very often what is done also, like if there is a horse sacrifice and you don't want to sacrifice a horse, you will extract the omentum. There is a process for that. Traditional processes are there, okay? Without killing the horse, without hurting the horse seriously. And that is offered. Yeah. Fat, no, is offered.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing, yeah. Okay. Clear up to now or any questions?
So, Swamiji, Vikriti is basically just a change of the word. But
No. It's a modified, main body, a modified version of the same thing. What forms have you done? In hard form में क्या किया है? No, you are not done forms. You are not done forms there. So there is a main series of things that you do. Making a brief. Sometimes you follow the same brief, modify slightly. Na? For a supplementary, what will you do? Same thing. Prakriti, Vikriti. That's called Prakriti and Vikriti. A supplementary thing. Because the Vikriti is done to make the Prakriti more effective. It's supporting it. So the main yaga is the Prakriti. The Vikriti is done along with that.
Like in songs, that paras are there and the chorus is repeated with just one or two words that you know the whole.
Yeah, exactly. You know what is to be said then. Exactly. Famous. What? Sonyasa. What is that one? Hey Puri Konyachi. What is the first verse? Hey Puri Konyachi. Okay. Then what? Give me a verse. After that. अरे बापुस पण बेवडा रे बायको पण बेवडारी हे पोरी कोण याची. गिव मी अनदर वर्स. अरे ओके मेक इट अप ना. सपोजिंग ऐसे बापूस पण काळ्या रे. व्हाट विल यू से देन? बायको पण काळ हे पोरे. कैन यू सी the whole thing fits in? You say one and everything else you are just Vikriti, you know, understand Prakriti, Vikriti. I have to give you all those examples. Exactly. Yeah. What happened? Nothing broken, no? Okay. Prakriti, Vikriti. So, this thing is what? You got a sentence, hey pori kone, that much. Then you are just changing one or two words in the first sentence, everything else is following through. No? Can you see that? Prakriti, Vikriti, modification. We kya karo? Vedic examples nobody will relate to. I have to give Bevda Bevdari example. Yeah, abhi changing times. I mean, that's the example that came into my mind. This okay. Yeah. Or your other song, picnic songs, no? She'll be coming down the mountain when she comes. So you keep changing one line, everything else the same, no? Prakriti, Vikriti. No, there the whole things are different. There only the last line is same. Only the last line is same. Exactly. Yeah. Prakriti, Vikriti. Yeah. Yeah. Are you getting the idea now? What's Prakriti and Vikriti? Okay. Yeah. Kya karo? Modern examples for modern times. Because, see, nobody is exposed to the whole Vedic culture nowadays. Very few are. Okay. If you go to Matanga and see it, please see it. And try to follow the structure. The only thing is that their chanting is such and the thing is so fast done, technically done, it may be a bit difficult. Ashram setups, I'll sit down and when the yaga is done, I'll explain to you all. This is Prakriti, this is Vikriti, this is this, all that. So be dekhega. Okay, yeah. All right. Then further, he is saying, Padarthascha Dividaha. Padartha is twofold. Shaktaya Lakshasya. The meaning of the sentence is twofold. The meaning comes from Padartha, direct meaning, word meaning, and Lakshana, implication. Two types of meaning are there. Tatra Shaktir Nama Padanam Artheshu Mukhya Vrittihi. The Mukhya Vritti is, for the word, is Shakti. Shakti is the main thing. Without Shakti, there is no Lakshana. For example, he says, Yatha Gataha Padasya Prita Buddhanaha Udara Adi Akriti Vishishtaha Vastu Vishesha Vritti. Like when you say pot, you will understand clay, Prithvi, then open mouth, big belly, big container. So that becomes the Shakti of the Pada. What you, in other words, you have heard in other books as Vachyartha. Vachyartha is Shakti. Okay. Shakti of the Pada is Vachyartha. Okay. Sacha Shakti Padartha Antaram Siddhante Karneshu Karya Anukula Shakti Matrasya Padartha Antara. Now, he says this Shakti of the Pada is a distinct category by itself. And that, because pot, what does pot signify really speaking? All these qualities, no? That is why you will recognize any pot anywhere. Why will you recognize any pot anywhere? Because potness is known. Therefore, there is jati. That's what he is saying here. Okay? Sacha tat pada janya padartha jnana rupa karya anumeya. Okay. Previous that. Siddhante karaneshu karya anukula shakti matrasya padartha. He says the Shakti will go always to what? Jati. Shakti will always indicate Jati. Now, how is a word, how have you come to understand that this word means this thing? That pot means pot. Gata means this. How do you understand that? Exactly. This is language that you picked up. Now in Nyaya there is a difference. Okay? Nyaya Visheshika says, this is God given, he will say. Shakti is Ishwarena Kritam. Why? Because that time there was only Sanskrit, number one. Number two, Sanskrit is Deva Bhasha. It is the Bhasha of the Vedas. Therefore, not created by a human being. Not created by a human being. Therefore, he said, this is how the Lord willed it. It is only from that standpoint that Nyaya is, Tarkika is saying that. It is not necessarily acceptable in other use. Okay? Yeah. God will. Because even in Sanskrit we create new words, no? Car, dhumra shatakaha. Something that goes on wheels and has smoky exhaust. So that can stand for a railway engine also. So you create new words. Dhumra khagaha, ke gachati iti khaga. That which goes in the sky is called khagaha. So normally it stands for birds. But dhumra added that word. Then it will stand for an aeroplane. So you are creating new words, no? So when you are creating new words, naturally it is human origin. So by Shakti, by convention, whatever you want to call it. This is in Sanskrit, root meaning. Otherwise also by convention. Even in Sanskrit there is something known as Rudyartha. This is how the word has been used always. Therefore Rama will mean the person. Rama. Dasharati, Rudyartha. The Rudi meaning, basic meaning. It'll also, but then there is a Vyutpatyartha, etymological meaning. Yasmin yoginaha ramante iti Ramaha. That Anandaha, in which all the yogis revel in. Therefore, Rama will stand for the Atma Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, Brahman. So, one is Vyutpatyartha, the other is Rudyartha. Both ways will come in. Okay, yeah. Both can be applied to Rama. Vyutpatyartha and Rudyartha can both be applied to Rama. Rama Swarupa is that only Vyutpatyartha. Therefore, the Vyutpatyartha is giving the Swarupa of Rama. Same meaning can apply. So you have to be, don't categorize. Mushkil ho jayega. There is some amount of categorization happening, but it is not hard and fast. When you are dealing with this like that language, there is some sort of category, but it is not categorically explained. Yeah. Okay. Sahaja padantara. Pada artha antaram. It deals with the meaning of the words. Siddhante karneshu karya anukula shakti matrasya padantara. But the meaning of the word is dependent on that only. Siddhanti. Sacha tat pada janya padartha jnana rupa karya anumeya. Therefore, by the understanding the meaning of the word, you will understand the karya, the effect, the object. There is potness. Oh, this is potness is here now. Okay, this is pot. So in your mind you will take out pot is pot here. Is there right? That is it. But actually it goes into potness, and potness you come to. That's the karna. From there you come to karya, pot. Because pot is karya, effect, no? Made, no? Yeah. So when you ask a potter for a pot, to make a pot, how does he understand? Because he understands potness. Because he understands potness, he puts that much amount of this thing and the shape, etc. He can give it. No? If you didn't understand potness, how will you make a pot? Pot is not made. Hey potter, make me a pot. Bake me a bun, hot cross bun, like that. So make me a pot. So make me a pot, he has to understand what potness. Pot, वो क्या होता है? It can happen. If you don't understand the language, you'll say, वो क्या होता है? Like I went to Rishikesh. So the first winter I said, "Arey yaar, all this time we have survived without having tea in the morning. Winter it is hot, thora chai. So we got some chai patti, this, that. And now we want some sugar. So we went to the shop. भाई साहब, शक्कर है? नहीं साहब. He's got rice, wheat, and शक्कर नहीं है क्या? 2-3 shops I went, शक्कर. Then one shop I saw this. भाई साहब, आधा किलो शक्कर देना. शक्कर नहीं है. वो क्या है? साहब वो तो चीनी है. Language difference. He doesn't understand. Neither the word shakkar nor the shakkaratvam he understands.
Swamiji, in restaurants now, in South, if you say sada dosa, no, they don't understand.
What do you say?
Sada dosa.
हाँ.
They don't, they say ghee roast.